Hey guys, welcome to episode 2 of the Pearcing Perspective podcast. My name is Chris.
And I'm Dylan, and today's show is all about Stranger Things. Season 5, Volume 1 just came out, and we have a lot to talk about. We're going to talk about the good and the bad of every single episode, and you want to jump right into it?
Yeah, no time to waste here. Let's talk about episode 1, The Crawl.
All right, so you go first. You could say what you loved, and I'll say what I loved.
Yeah, I think we should talk about the good and the bad from both of our perspectives. We're probably going to have a lot that lines up, honestly.
We tried to not look at each other's lists, so we tried to bring something fresh, but I feel like we're going to have the same good things, and you're going to have the same good things, but, I mean, we'll see if there's something different.
Yeah, so I'm going to be taking it from a little bit of just a casual perspective.
Yeah.
Right? I'm not going to overanalyze anything. I'm gonna pretend to be a normal viewer. I didn't watch the stage play, so getting thrown into this was a lot of TikTok research to look up like, oh, what the hell happened here? But my first favorite thing was that Steve and Robin have new jobs again.
Yeah. I know, that's my favorite ongoing bit.
Yeah.
Those two are always employed.
Yeah, they stay employed. That's like their ongoing recurring thing is that they always have a fun new job, and now they're radio hosts for the Squawk.
Yeah.
That was a fun way to kind of deliver the exposition, build the world, fill us in on the 18 months, right?
I think so. I don't know if it was. I think we broke down the math. We could see, but I didn't know if you did.
I saw someone else say 18 months.
Yeah, I heard that
roll
too.
with that. 18 months since season 4 ended. We learned about the Mac Z, that the whole town of Hawkins is in like quarantine, basically, which is interesting. So I guess no one in, no one out, unless it's like a grocery delivery we saw with Murray.
Yeah.
Right? I loved that our main cast is all like their own little like resistance freedom fighter kind of thing.
Yeah.
Where like they have the oppressive government, but they have their own little niche group that they're trying to hunt down Vecna. I love the whole like world building of the Crawl. We got to see their cool little hideout, their underground tunnels all over Hawkins. I loved like everybody's dynamic. Like it felt like every other season, everybody had their own kind of motives. Like some people were actually aware of the Upside Down and they were trying to figure things out. While like you had other guys who were just worried about high school. Like in this season, everybody's on the same page, which is just fun to see. We get to see like what happens when everyone kind of works together.
Yeah,
you get to see like people who've maybe never had conversations before, like Robin and what's her name, Winona Ryder, have Joyce Byers have like their first conversation or interaction ever. You get a lot of cross contamination that you've never seen before, just because they're all kind of in their own team. And I guess my favorite part really was that they're hunting Vecna.
Yeah.
Right. They're the aggressors now.
Yeah, that's sweet.
Vecna's been quiet for the past year or so. They've done 30-something crawls. Yeah. And there's been no sign of him. But they want to find him. 11 is hungry. They want to find him and end this thing once and for all. That was a fun vibe of the beginning of the season.
Yeah. I have a lot of similar things. I'm going to break it down right from the beginning. I think that opening breakfast scene was really fun. I think when you see Holly immediately, like you know that she's going to be important in this season. And it feels like you're one of the family members in that house. You see them, they're late. There's an ongoing bit every single season. Mike is late for something, and I think him banging on the bathroom when Joyce is in the bathroom, that's funny. And it's like I feel like them now are really appreciating that breakfast scene, because that's like the last time they were all like healthy together, all in the same house. And I don't know, I thought that was a very fun way to open the season.
Yeah.
I loved Rockin' Robin, like you said. That was great. With her and Steve on the sound effects with the chicken. Yeah. That was good. And I think a very something that I really missed in season 4 was all the boys back together again in school. Right. I think that was very nice to see. I liked when they all ganged up on that guy going after Dustin.
Yeah.
Like when they all had their own.
Lucas walked over.
Guy Lucas. That was sweet. They all had their own like they're on scene walking in. Yeah, it makes you miss them. Like it's been 3 years since we saw them together. It's like it's nice that they're back together. Um,
Yeah, they're back from California.
yeah, yeah.
Whole crew's back
I know.
together.
I was wondering what they were gonna do, like if Will was gonna go back to school, because I knew that the school was gonna play a part from the trailers, but I didn't know if Will was gonna be back there. But I guess he just like, yep, I'm back. I'm back
Yeah,
in California. Um,
just to take anybody in.
yeah. Let's see. Yeah, I feel like every single season there's always a weak link out of those boys. Season one was Dustin. Season two, I guess, was Will.
What do you mean by weak link?
Like, there's always one character that's like not on the same page as everyone. And I think this season, I guess you could say it's Dustin, but it's not, in that opening scene. It seems like they're all back together. You know, they're all fighting for the same thing, and it's the first time we've seen that since like the opening of season one, episode one, when they're playing D&D together. Usually, one of them is always like separate, get their mind elsewhere. They're all back together. They're having lunch together at the table. You know,
Yeah, that's fun.
Oh, and I saw a lot of people complaining online how like during the crawl that they're like when Mike is out in the forest going over with D&D characters, everybody's like, oh, Mike hated D&D in seasons 3 and seasons 2, 3, and 4, and now he loves it again. But I feel like that's a very common thing. You know, you hate certain things as you get older, and you realize like, oh, I actually really love those things, and you go back to them. I feel like it's a very human thing. You know,
Sure.
I've experienced that a lot where I've
Just
like,
puberty.
yeah, I've like grown up like, oh, I hate that. Like, I don't care
Yeah.
about that stuff anymore.
You
And then
think
you,
like whatever you did was young when you were younger is like stupid
yeah,
now.
exactly. And then once you grow up and you're like, oh yeah, I actually like that. I love Hopper and Joyce are finally together. Feels
Oh
like
yeah.
we in season one, you knew they were going to be an item, and it's season like we went over 4 seasons of the slow burn, and now they're finally like actually a couple. That was nice to see. I love the cave system. That's really sweet. Like I don't know, is it ever explained like how they are just it's just there?
I'm guessing 11 built it.
Oh, that
Like,
makes
I was
sense.
because I thought to myself, I was like, how the hell did these guys build this complex network of
Yeah,
tunnels? But then it's like, oh wait, 11 has like superpowers, so
yeah.
they had a year to do it. So
And I love how this episode really shows they're trusting the kids as like adults.
yeah,
Right from the beginning, you see them, they're trusting them to organize the crawl. You
yeah,
know, they're they're treating them like adults. Usually it's like Hopper and Joyce are doing their own thing and the kids end up doing their own thing. But like this time they're fully united. They're all grown ups and everyone's fighting for the same thing, like you said.
because there comes a point in like these kids' lives where you just gotta trust them.
Yeah.
They've been through enough shit.
I
Where,
think season 3 was really like that, where it was like Hopper and Joyce were with the Russian shit. They were dealing with all that stuff, and they're like, "Oh, the boys are back home." Meanwhile, they're fighting. They're fighting the Mind Flayer in the
yeah,
mall, and they finally reunite in like the final episode. But it's nice to see like they don't have to do that anymore. I think we're expecting that again, and it was nice to see
yeah,
them all together again.
that's true.
Um,
Yeah,
all right, but
adults
this
and
episode
kids
wasn't
working together.
perfect. I think there's some bads. I think you have some bads, so you could start off first.
Yeah. So my biggest problem really was really around Dustin.
Yeah,
I think I understand he's really affected by what's his name's
Eddie.
death, Eddie's death. That was like his idol, right? He really looked up to him. They had a great relationship, and his death really hurt him. But I don't think it's I don't love how it's affecting his relationships with everybody
Yeah,
else.
I agree.
You know, like he's pushing away his friends. All of a sudden he's like being a dick to Steve,
Hmm.
which is like, I mean, he always like messes around with Steve, but this time it's like he's really being mean.
Yeah, he's like, then learn Greek. Right? He's
Yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah. Like he's just I don't know. He's really taken out his pain on everybody else, and
hmm
I guess this is really the first time his character has had any kind of adversity, like
yeah,
personal, right? Like Will was captured, so he had his thing. Elle had her thing. Like everybody sort of had their character building moment. I guess this was his,
yeah,
and it's gonna be. Is it gonna really affect him for the better or for the worse? So far, my opinion is it's for the
yeah.
worse.
I hate him. He's my least favorite character this whole
Yeah,
season.
and he's like the best. He's like one of
Yeah,
the best ones, right?
he's
He's
like
the
a
smartest.
yeah, yeah.
He pieces together all
He
the
is
puzzles.
genuinely the smartest. Like he's
Yeah,
solved so many things. Like
yeah.
when you think back to the seasons,
Yeah, he's the one that's connecting the dots, right? He's like
The compass thing and like all the
yeah,
seasons, like he's always known that leads you to the gate.
yeah. He's figuring stuff out, and to have him, I mean, he was completely absent from like most of the first episode and some of the second episode,
Yeah.
and he comes back and he's already being a douche.
Yeah.
I think he'll have a bit of a redemption. He's definitely due,
Yeah, he's due. They're setting
but
that up.
yeah, they'll definitely set that up. Um, but I know it stems also from like the bullying, right? He's
Yeah.
he's getting bullied by the basketball players. But that is another problem of mine that I have with this season is like how the hell is there still high school bullies and stupid little like high school dynamics in this town where like the apocalypse is
Yeah.
practically
Yeah, the
like going
town
down.
ripped in half.
Yeah, like are we not past
Yeah,
bullying at
bullying.
this point? Like I felt like COVID was enough for us to like, everybody's accepting everybody and being
Yeah.
nice to people. And now, but the the underworld taking over isn't enough in this town.
Yeah.
So that was a little bit. You have to like suspend your disbelief. Okay, there's high school bullies, but I feel like in real life we would be a little bit past that. Um, Maybe not. Yeah, but those are my main takeaways from the first episode. Overall, I thought it was a
Yeah.
really good way of building this new Hawkins, this new status quo.
Yeah. I agree with you on with everything with Dustin. His own personal issues. I know Eddie dying was a big thing, but he almost causes Hopper to die. If Jonathan didn't step up and was like, okay, I could take over the radio thing, Hopper would have got lost in the Upside Down. They would have
Oh
the
yeah,
whole crawl would have been done without Dustin. He's such a crucial link, and he's not like it's not like he's just like fooling around like, oh, it's okay if I miss it. Like he is the like one of the main people besides Hopper. Like he follows him and keeps him in track and makes sure he's alive. If
yeah,
him not being there was really bad. Like that could have been really bad. Um, Also a big thing. I am so sick of Hopper babying 11. I think since season 2, since she moved in with him, every season is like, oh, you can't do this. You're not ready. You're not strong enough. She does it. She's strong enough. She proves him wrong. You can't do this. You're not strong enough. She does it. She proves him wrong. She's strong enough. Next season, same thing over and over again. Again, this season, he does it again. Like, how many things does she have to do? Like, she is badass. Just let her kick ass. Like, it's
yeah,
time and time again where she's got to keep like not obeying him and proving him wrong again. Like it feels like they keep reusing the same thing. I don't know. I'm just getting pretty sick of it. And again, it happens this season, and she proves them wrong.
yeah,
It's just
yeah,
that training montage was cool. But yeah, I feel like she's ready. She has nothing left to prove to us and him that she is OP.
yeah. We're all watching it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think. I mean, to play devil's advocate, I think that's what they're sort of setting up here, right? Is like I feel like they're doubling down on this whole protective thing the first couple episodes, so that they can set up like an opportunity for um, Hopper to really put his trust in her and
Yeah.
like let her be free, and maybe that's what saves the world or
Yeah.
whatever. But maybe not. Maybe it's just another overused kind
Yeah.
of trope. But we'll see.
All right, you want to go to episode 2?
You had no other problems with
No,
episode
I
one?
mean my big problem was Dustin and Hopper and 11. That was
Alright.
like I said, episode 1 was really good, great, like a great episode to start off the season. It really caught us up really quickly, brought us right into the dynamic, and
Yeah.
I know I feel like it set the everything up for seasons for the whole season 5. Oh, I loved the cliffhanger. I think that's a classic Stranger Things thing to do. The cliffhanger at the end, I think, leads right into episode 2, and I feel like we should go right into it. The
Yeah.
vanishing.
Let's do one thing.
Okay.
Um, MVP of episode 1 character.
You go first.
Oh, I asked you the question. You have to go first.
MVP. Mm. Oh, I'll say a bad thing. I hated that whole climbing thing with.
Oh yeah,
That was
dumb.
so dumb with Jonathan and Steve.
Yeah.
That CGI looked terrible there. It looked like it was shot like like in someone's room, like a
Yeah.
green screen.
Yeah.
It's just
We could have
terrible.
filmed it
here. Exactly. It was just a terrible looking scene, and
It's just the volume.
yeah, I don't think
Yeah.
it added anything that they could have just they could have just not put it in.
Yeah.
and that was like they had 3 years.
I think Jonathan and Nancy's relationship is like a joke. It's
Yeah,
like an idea
but
at
that's
this
the
point.
thing.
We
I think
haven't seen them be,
since season 3.
was it, or two,
No, season 3 they were together.
three? Yeah, we haven't seen them be like act like a couple since
Yeah,
then. So I
that's
don't
been
know.
6 years.
Yeah, but anyway, all right, MVP, and then
MVP.
and then next segment,
Um, Probably I gotta go with my boy Mike here.
Mike.
He I feel like he really just like that whole D&D sequence where he's like explaining the plan to them like at lunchtime. I
Hmm.
feel like he's really just the man again. Like he's back to season 1 Mike where he's just like the guy,
Yeah,
he's
he's
like
a group leader.
yeah, he's the group leader. It feels like every season he kind of just like his whole character was I'm in love with 11
Yeah,
and he's finally like the main character again, and it was nice to see that. It was like seeing a character again for the first time in 10 years. It's
yeah,
like it was just good. He's got to be my MVP for this episode.
yeah.
Where are you?
I really like Topper. I
Mm.
think him moving like a Navy
Yeah,
SEAL
yeah, yeah.
was kind of sick. His like once he threw on like that beanie and he's got his like assault rifle. Like
I like Beard. He's so much like what's his name in the
oh
Thunderbolts.
yeah, what's
The,
his name again?
Red Guardian.
Red
We
Guardian.
are the Thunderbolts. Like, he's so.
Yeah,
It
he
seems like
looks good with the beard.
he used that Thunderbolts training
Yeah,
in this.
yeah, maybe. It's like, yeah, I'll just keep the beard and
Yeah.
just rock it. Yeah, he's cool in this. All right, let's move on to episode 2 real quick.
The vanishing of, and we don't know until the cold open who it's gonna
Mhm.
be. You want to go into
Holly
that cold
Wheeler.
open?
Yeah, why don't you run us through it?
All right, so that whole Wheeler house getting invaded right after episode 1, I thought that was awesome. That whole scene with what's her name, Nancy, going to her mom not believing her, and then you see when it kicks in when she sees the blood at the back of Holly's head, and she's like, "Oh my God, she's not joking." And the Demogorgon attacking the house, and them hiding in the bath, like it was like pure horror movie. It reminds you that Stranger Things was once a horror show.
Yeah.
Um,
I think Alana, our sister, made a good point. I think that's the best the Demogorgons have ever looked.
yeah, she was saying a lot. She was like, "Why do they look so good this season?" But I think the budget for every single episode is like $50 million. I think.
No way.
I think something like that.
Yeah.
It's either 10 million or 50 million.
Okay.
And yeah, they looked insane.
Yeah.
Like the detail I noticed. I watched the first episode like 3 times right now already, and I notice every single time when he steps on her shoes going into the bath, his like toenails are so detailed.
Really?
When like he's going after Holly and Karen in the bath, he steps on like their shoes, and he has toes. The Demogorgon. I remember that's such a weird thing. Like they really just like went all out at the CGI there. Like they didn't need to do
They
that.
spent extra time on the details.
Yeah,
Which is commendable.
yeah, and I feel like we got to talk about the MVP of this episode. Is it's got to be Karen right off the rip.
Already?
I got to declare it. She breaks that bottle and just goes after him. Like, remember, she doesn't even know what the Upside Down is. She's never seen a Demogorgon. She just sees this scary monster in her house, and she immediately goes after him with the wine bottle.
Yeah.
Like that.
Protecting her
Yeah.
her baby. Yeah, that's crazy to think that the Wheelers have just been living in La La Land
Yeah.
this whole time.
Yeah.
They have no
They
idea.
have no idea. The only one
What?
that knows is Holly from
Yeah.
is that season 1 where she sees
Yeah.
it in the house
in in the buyer's house.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
with all the lamps in the room.
Yeah, and then it pokes through the
Yeah,
wall.
yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, I'll just talk about my my positive takeaways from this episode. Again, yeah, that whole first sequence of the Wheeler house was awesome. You had Holly. I think I don't know who the new actor is for Holly, but she did a great job.
Yeah.
She does look a little old to be she's supposed to be like 8.
Well,
or
that's the
something.
thing. They won't say how old she is because they never stated how old she was, and they know that she's definitely older than she's supposed to be.
Okay.
But they had to, you have to cast an older actress for her to be such a
Always.
main character like that.
She did a good job.
Yeah.
Nonetheless, I really love the design. I love the added detail of the Demogorgons. I really loved the fact that or just the whole idea of them ripping open portals. To
Oh
the
yeah,
upside
it looks
down.
so like
So
like
cool.
gross at the
Yeah.
same gross and cool at the same time. Like it like sheds, like
Yeah.
it's like stringy. It's really just like
It,
such a like cool. It's such a
yeah.
cool effect.
It's awesome.
Yeah,
You see it even more in episode 3
yeah,
in the Turnbow trap,
yeah,
but it's just really cool. And I was a little confused at first. I think I brought this up with you. Like, have the Demogorgons always been able to open up portals to the Upside Down? And I thought that they couldn't, but someone made a really good point. Like, they were always doing it. They just probably didn't have the money to show it,
yeah.
the
Because you gotta remember,
CGI.
they were how'd they get there in season 1? How'd they get Will?
Yeah,
They
yeah,
had to open the portal.
exactly. They had to rip open a portal.
Yeah,
So that was really cool to see, and they use it a lot. And every time they do it,
yeah.
it's cool.
And they do it twice in that cold open when they run down the stairs and he pops out at the
Mhm.
front door. That was like a quick one, and that scene was sick where he rips it open at the front door.
Yeah, that's a really good design choice. Um, and then yeah, I love the wheelers.
Yeah,
Walk them down wheelers.
yeah.
They
I know that
all want the smoke. They don't duck a
they
fade.
never duck a fade.
They're coming out. Even Ted Wheeler.
Yeah,
He showed up. The only thing I wrote down bad was I wanted a little bit more from Ted.
yeah,
Everybody hates on Ted Wheeler. I wanted him to have a full like redemption arc. That this would have been a great opportunity for him to be like the hero
he
here.
goes in the upside down for his daughter.
I don't know. That would have been funny.
Yeah, I feel like we're not going to see him the rest of the show. Like I feel like he's gonna. They're like, oh, he's in a coma. Like he's done. We're not going to see him. He's done.
We'll see him like the last episode. He'll wake up
Yeah.
and be like, oh, he's alive.
Yeah.
That's all we need to know.
Like, where's my clubs? They got. I broke my clubs.
Yeah. Did you see the memes where it's like Nancy Wheeler and the whole Wheelers are fighting for their lives, and then the Ted Wheeler side plot is him just at the golf, the driving range.
Yeah, I is that were they in their backyard like just
Yeah,
hitting those golf balls?
I
That was like
guess
a
so.
big backyard, right?
Dude, the Wheelers they got bread.
That's true. That's true.
They're breaded. They probably got like a couple acres of land out
Yeah, that
in
was huge,
Indiana.
right?
Yeah. Yeah. Good episode.
Let me go into before you move away from that opening scene. I think 11 going to that portal when Nancy was like go 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 and she goes in and that gave me chills. I was
Yeah.
like, all right, she's here, she's
Yeah.
back. Finally, Hopper's not there telling her don't do shit.
Yeah.
She walked right into that portal. That was sweet.
Yeah. That was cool. All right, go ahead.
All right, another thing I really liked was it was nice to see Mike and Nancy interacting. I noticed like seasons you compare them to Will and Jonathan. Will and Jonathan are always talking. They're always having like a big character moments together. Mike and Nancy never do anything together. Like
That's true.
you see them rarely together and like
Yeah, it's like at the end of the episode.
yeah,
or the
or
end
like
of the
in
season.
yeah, or at the beginning of the season when they're in the same
Yeah.
house together. Or she's driving him to school or something. Like
Yeah.
you never see them interact. And this
Yeah.
season, it was nice to see them like put on those costumes in the hospital and go see the mom.
They always have separate subplots.
Yeah, it's like the young kids and the older kids, and it was nice to see them finally together. Yeah, they look a lot alike. Especially now as
Low-key,
Mike's
yeah.
older, they look a lot alike. And
Low-key.
it was just nice to see like a good sibling dynamic that isn't.
I
Will
will
and
say
Jonathan.
it's kind of like accurate in life though. Like when you're younger and you have there's like a big age gap, you're not really hanging out with your older or
Yeah,
younger sister.
that's
you
fair.
You have an older sister, you know. And then like as you guys get older, it's like, all right, yeah,
Yeah.
you're actually pretty cool.
Yeah, I just really like that. It's nice to see. It makes the show feel like real, like they're a real family. You know, all the Wheelers. You start off the show and it's like all about the Byers family with everyone, like all the Byers are in it, and then now it's all about the Wheelers. You even got Holly Wheeler as one like the main character.
Yeah, she's the center now.
All right, so you want to go into the bad? Do you have any bad for this episode?
I just said I wanted a Ted Wheeler
Oh,
redemption
all
arc.
right, I got like a couple bads.
Okay.
So I think the starting off the Mr. Whatsit reveal, I think that was so predictable.
Was
I
that in
think-
episode 2?
Yeah, that's the end of episode 2
Oh.
when she writes Henry on the paper.
Mm-hmm.
I think that was so predictable. Were you surprised by that?
I mean, once they circled back, like I didn't think of it in episode 1, but in episode 2, I was like, oh yeah, that's obvious.
Yeah, I think I thought that was very predictable, and I feel like they wasted a big cliffhanger on it. It was supposed to be like a big reveal moment, and I think they made it way too obvious for it. Like it kind of wasted the end of episode 2. Like I don't know. I feel like I feel like they didn't need to make it a big reveal. It could have just been like we could have known immediately. Again, Dustin, terrible this episode when he finally meets up with Steve. An underrated line from this season is when Steve asked Dustin if he fell into a knuckle sandwich.
Oh,
He's
funny.
like, "Oh, and you fell off your bike? Would you fall into a knuckle sandwich?" Like that. I've watched episode 2 a couple times, and that still cracks me up. Um, and I think Robin this episode, I think she's pretty annoying. I think
Yeah.
I think the term is Flanderization from The Simpsons, where it's like they took the trope of her like talking a lot and they just cranked it up. And now it's like, I don't know, I feel like she just doesn't belong in this like serious group. Like, I don't know, I think they
I think
really,
you definitely stole that from my part of the notes.
you
Yeah.
wrote that?
Yeah. I wrote that at the end. Or maybe I put that on my no, yeah, I wrote it at the end. Maybe not. I put it in my notes. But yeah.
Yeah, I just think she's so annoying. I think she, like, I've seen a lot of people online make excuses for her, like, oh, she's only comfortable now, so that's why she's doing it. But still, it's just like it's pretty annoying, and I don't really like her this episode.
Honestly, my take on Robin is that she's gone downhill since season 3.
Yeah, I wrote in my thing. You rewatch season 3 where she's like solving the Russian
Yeah.
code, and she's like OP,
Yeah.
and then this season she's just like a dumb character basically.
Yeah.
She's like she doesn't bring anything to the table. Like
No.
she has good character moments, but
Yeah.
like to solve the actual plot of the show, it
I
seems
mean,
like.
I guess she brought up the piece about the antenna with Will.
But wasn't that
Um,
Will's idea?
it was she like
Oh, she was
jumped
like, "Oh,
in.
you're like an
Yeah.
antenna." When she
Yeah.
was, yeah, I guess that was good. But still, just she talks too much. Like it feels like
Yeah.
it's Flanderization, I think is the term.
I never heard that term, but it makes sense. And yeah, I think like she was great in season 3. Like that's what made her like a mainstay
Mm-hmm.
character. But yeah, they just kind of like I don't know. They don't have anything to do with her now,
Yeah.
and they're just trying to like build things. She had good a good emotional moment with Will. Was that in episode 3 or 4? Maybe 4.
Um,
And I think her dynamic with
I think the
Will.
whole dynamic with Will starts this episode.
Yeah, yeah, because they go to the
Yeah.
yeah. I think her dynamic with Will is pretty decent,
Yeah.
but it's not that crucial to the
That
story in
whole
my
moment where
opinion.
like Will's talking to Joyce and she kept butting in, that was annoying. Like I was like, okay, she doesn't need to keep doing it. Like we get that she's like this character that like doesn't stop talking, but
Yeah,
when she kept doing it, I was like, okay, they're just overdoing it at this point.
yeah, I agree.
All right, so you want to go on? You have any more bad or
No,
that's all? Just the Ted Wheeler stuff.
yeah, that's about it.
All right, so we'll dive right into episode 3, the Turnbow Trap or Turnbow.
Trap.
The
I think
Turnbow.
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 Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
you,
I didn't give an do you give an MVP of last episode?
MVP of this episode for me was Nancy. I said from the not Nancy, Karen. Right
Okay.
off rip. Remember?
Yeah.
What about you?
Um, I think. Wait, who did I say for the first episode? I said Hopper.
Yeah,
This episode,
it's got to be Karen. I don't know how you can not say Karen.
yeah, I'll say Karen.
She was
Karen.
just so good. Like such a like she hasn't done anything, and it's like the only thing she's done in the show was like almost cheat on her husband,
Yeah,
and that was like the one thing she did this show.
yeah.
But she finally was like, she's finally good. She's finally cool. All right, so you can go into the goods for episode 3.
The Turnbow Trap. I love this episode. I really, really love this episode. It could be like a top 5 episode overall
Mhm.
for the show. Um, I loved that the kids are all grown up now, and we got to see them like grow up, just be like they're like badass,
Yeah.
right? Like they have a plan. They're not scared
No.
of the Demogorgons. We got to see them go from these little kids who are terrified of everything, and I'm glad that they they showed the kids grow up enough to not be scared of Demogorgons. Because
Yeah.
like they could have easily shown these kids as adults, or they're still technically high schoolers, but they could have shown them and still being scared of everything,
Yeah.
right? Because they're scary, right? These crazy monsters.
But
But
it
it would,
killed a lot of people that like these characters care about too.
yeah, for sure. But when you're in that situation where you legitimately grow up knowing what these monsters are and like fighting them basically your entire life,
Yeah.
you shouldn't really be scared of them anymore. After doing it for I don't know how many years in their time, but for us 10 years.
Yeah.
It would be like a kid who grew up with dogs.
Yeah.
first a kid who didn't grow up with
Hmm.
dogs. Like you shouldn't be scared of dogs if
Yeah.
you grew up with dogs. Um, I know, kind of a loose comparison, but I
No,
love
it
that.
makes sense.
Yeah, I love that they have like a whole plan to tag the Demogorgon. They know
Hmm.
they utilize all of its weaknesses by like throwing gasoline and setting it on fire. I love that that Nancy Wheeler always has a gun.
Yeah.
She's
She's always strapped.
always strapped, locked and
She's
loaded.
probably got a little ankle gun too,
Yeah,
just in case she loses that big ass shotgun.
yeah. She is goaded.
Yeah.
No one else takes a gun.
No, she's always got one.
Everybody should have a gun. I mean,
Yeah.
I guess the thing's bulletproof, but she's always
She
got
don't
a gun.
mind.
Yeah, she don't mind. She's like, I'll shoot it anyway.
She used smaller bullets.
She's sweet. She has a good. She talks about it. I think with Murray, or who does she talk about? She's like, doesn't matter how small your balls are. I'm a good shot. I'll
Yeah, it was
shoot 'em."
Murray.
It was Murray, something like that.
And he was like, actually, my balls are pretty big.
So that was funny. But she's like not afraid of anything. All the kids are just like on the offensive.
Yeah.
That's the vibe I'm getting from this whole season, is that the group is on the offensive. They're hunting, they're taking advantage, they're making plans. I loved Steve in the BMW. I'm the car guy, so I loved his 5 Series. He's whipping that thing around, stick shift.
Yeah, that was sweet. I love how they had the camera on the hand
Yeah,
when he
yeah,
was like,
yeah. It looked like Baby Driver.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
That was cool.
That was really good. Very well executed.
Yeah, yeah. That was really cool. I loved his final scene where they drive through the portal.
I
And,
love that angle on the mirror when it broke off. I noticed that, like the cinematography I thought was sick there when
Yeah.
like it's like warping around the car and it breaks the mirrors. Like I
Yeah.
thought that was sick.
yeah. He's great. I loved dipshit Derek,
Hmm.
where he's got a bunch of great lines. He's funny. You hate him at first, then you love him. I rewatched that episode today, and now I love him.
Yeah.
And I think the foreshadowing with Will was great, right? Because you get to see him connect to these Demogorgons, and he has some kind of connection, some kind of power, and you see him save his mom.
That's next episode. I think episode 4.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, maybe not. But yeah, that's my take on it. Really love this episode. There's a lot more that goes on, but I don't want to talk forever.
Yeah. I agree with you. Derek is goated.
That's your
He
boy.
is he right off the rip, I'm gonna declare he's my MVP for this episode.
Really?
Yeah, he is just
He doesn't
so
really do much this episode.
no, but he's just
just
so
like,
funny.
"Suck my fat one."
That's next episode too.
No, he says that in this
No.
to his mom.
Oh, he says to his mom.
Yeah, like his sister comes in the room like, come down for dinner. And he's like, Mom can suck my fat one.
All right, I'll take away Derek as my MVP this episode 'cause I have a different one. But yeah, he's so good. He's so funny.
He is good.
I loved how before the season started, you saw like the posters of him. You're like, who the hell is this guy that they've given him a poster?
Yeah. I
Um,
thought it was Kevin G.
yeah, like right. But yeah, all right. Besides Derek, I like that finally we see something could take down 11. I like how she's like just been OP. It's like, okay, her only weakness is overusing her powers.
True.
And like that's such a boring thing where she loses her powers, but this is finally a weapon against her. You know, like
They
she's
found her weakness.
yeah, exactly. Her kryptonite, I think they call it.
Right.
I agree with you. It was nice to see the kids all grown up, like planning out what they're gonna do in front of the projector, drawing everything. That was sweet. I love 11. 11 was really good this episode. I love how she like fried that guy's brain, like
Yeah.
going into his brain, and like I'm sorry, I can't believe she survived that. I thought it was gonna be like she killed him, but no, she just like fried his brain. Like that was crazy. Yeah, going into the actual trap, Erica was so good. She puts everyone to sleep, and then she gets Tina with the actual needle.
Yeah.
I know you haven't watched Dexter, but she was very Dexter like that episode where she puts him to sleep with the
Oh, really?
needle. Yeah, and I think that when they actually got the Demogorgon in the house, I love how every single character got their moment to shine. Like you see Lucas using like he's jumping over everything. Like you remember he's a basketball player now. Like he plays
yeah.
sports.
He's
He
athletic.
jumps over the carpet.
Yeah.
Mike is beating the hell out of the Demogorgon with like a shovel or something.
Yeah,
Like he doesn't
whacking
back
it.
down either. He's another walk him down wheeler now.
Wheelers, man.
Yeah, he was beating the hell out of that thing. Yeah, that scene I think was just so good. The kids really just planned it out really well.
Yeah.
And the episode ended with the big reveal that Max is back and we don't know where she is. We just see that she's in a forest and she's gonna take care of Holly, it seems like. I don't know about you, but that's another reveal I saw coming.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I actually didn't know it was her in the cave. When you see Holly run away, I didn't know that was Max. I didn't know it was her that knocked on the door. I knew she was going to be in it, but I think once they started like panning up, immediately I was like, "Holy shit! Are they going to bring Eddie back?" Like that was that's my brain thought back to. But yeah, Max was cool. That was very good. You want to go into your bad?
I don't have any bad.
You have no bad for
Yeah,
this
I
episode?
tried to think about it. I mean, I guess the CGI in the caves, it felt very volume.
What caves?
Like, or is that episode 4?
That's episode 4, yeah.
I'm getting ahead of myself.
Yeah, you are.
That's my problem with this, is that it all blends into one
Yeah,
thing.
when you binge it.
Yeah, like you sit there and watch the whole thing. So
Yeah.
I forget what's in what episode.
You got any bad? That's it.
Let me think.
I'm gonna come back after I read mine.
Yeah, you go.
All right, so my bad is Hopper is apparently the Winter Soldier. He takes out all of those military guys, and he's just a cop from Hawkins.
No, he was a soldier.
Yeah, I know, but like he wasn't like
was
the
in the
Winter.
army.
He wasn't like these guys are like
super soldier.
selectively picked to guard like one of the government's biggest secret. Right, they're like armed with everything, and Hopper just got like a couple grenades and like a couple bullets, and like he takes them all out. And I feel like that's so not believable. Like these are high-ranking military guys that he's just like taking out without 11. 11's down. He's just like
True.
he makes him peek. He's making peek holes, and he's getting through, and I don't know. And I said this was good about 11, but I'm also gonna say it's pretty bad. I think 11 not using her powers as like a big point in the show. I think that's getting overused a lot. I feel like it always comes like, oh, 11 can do everything, and then she gets her powers taken away, and she can't do anything. I feel like it makes sense. The same thing with like Superman. Like
you have to nerf him.
you have to nerf them, but I feel like we've seen 11 nerfed so many times now, where it's like she gets nerfed again. It's like okay, like.
But at least this time, like, I don't know.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like it makes sense, and I like it for the character, but I feels like we've seen it so many times now.
Yeah. I think I don't even know if this was this episode or not. The wall reveal.
Yeah, that was good. That was this
Was
episode.
that this episode?
Yeah.
Where they all hit the wall.
Yeah.
That was interesting.
Yeah.
That was very interesting. I don't know what it is. So I saw two different theories on TikTok. Is it around Hawkins?
Yeah.
Or is it just around the lab?
No, the lab is in the center,
Lab's in the center.
but it's all around Hawkins.
It's all, okay.
I don't know. I think it might not be like the full area of Hawkins. Like I think maybe Hawkins extends beyond it, but it's most of Hawkins, I believe.
Okay. All right.
So you know bad for this episode? That's all right. I mean, this episode was very good. So.
It was really like one of my favorite episodes of the show ever.
All right, so take us into episode 4. You're good with your good.
Forgetting my MVP.
Oh yeah, your MVP.
Who's your MVP now?
Erica.
Erica was good.
She was good. I think she really whole plan was dependent on her.
Yeah.
And I like how she wasn't in this is episode 3. She wasn't in the first 2.
Yeah.
And it like made her come back. It was nice. And I liked how she was in what's his name's class, the teacher?
Yeah, Mr. something.
Yeah, and she was sitting in the exact same seat that Lucas was sitting in.
Oh, really?
Someone pointed that out.
I will say one bad thing. She looks way too old.
Yeah, she does.
She's like 20.
Yeah, and you see her in interviews like on the red carpet, she looks very old.
She's like a woman. She's
Yeah.
a grown woman. And
Yeah.
she's supposed to be in middle school.
Yeah.
So it's a little weird. But she's great. My MVP is probably Steve. Just because he's whipping around the beamer.
Yeah, that's good.
Popping through the portal
Like a bopper.
Like a bopper.
Is a bopper a real thing?
I think it used to be. I think it's been discontinued for a while. They had some funny product placements in this one with
Yeah, like, toss me a Gatorade.
That was literally like a Gatorade commercial. That one,
Gatorade's bringing back glass bottles though. So we got anything out of the sponsorship, the paid promotion, it's glass bottles back.
that was funny.
That was good.
Yeah.
Yo, 11's battery. Pass me a Gatorade, man.
Throw me a Gatorade.
Yeah, that was episode 1.
All right. That's good.
Is it real? Did you look it up or you forgot?
Yeah, they're real.
All right.
They're been discontinued, I think, for a long time though. Peanut butter boppers.
I feel like we got to get them for next week's episode.
Yeah, they don't make them anymore.
Sure, I'm sure they're back after this.
They should bring them back.
They don't. Who are they owned by?
General Mills.
They're back. I could promise you they're probably back.
I'll do some more research.
Yeah.
Launched in 1985. When was this show based?
It's I think we're in like the late 80s now.
We're in 87, I think.
Yeah.
All right, hopping into the greatest episode of Stranger Things ever,
Yeah.
according to IMDb.
Yeah. It's rated
And critics?
9.7, I believe, or 9.8. It's the highest rated episode. So anything it's I think it's also one of the highest rated episodes of the entire year of 2025. So it's it's that good.
It's legit.
So you go your goods, I go my goods. I have a lot of goods, so this is going to be probably the biggest segment of this episode.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to keep it. I wrote down limited things because this one is the most fresh in my mind. I'm gonna just go off the cuff. I loved it. I loved the episode.
That's your good.
That's all I have to say. No, I love that Eleven wants to smoke.
Yeah.
She's wants to follow Hopper around. I love the whole sequence going into that laboratory. I think Hopper is moving a little bit too much like a Navy SEAL. Right?
Yeah, right. He's like it feels like he's overtrained. Like
Yeah.
he he should have some weakness, and he doesn't.
Yeah, he's a little OP. I mean, he got shot like
Yeah, he got
the
shot in
same
episode
day.
1,
Yeah.
and he's just like fine. 11, what'd she do? She's like pulled the bullet out of
Disinfected it.
Yeah,
No,
like
no powers. They just disinfected and wrapped it up. I mean, I think it was just like a graze.
yeah,
so it
but
wasn't that bad.
still.
Yeah, I mean, still, he was cool.
And he gets
I liked it.
choked out by the thing, and
Yeah,
he just
he-
like kicks it off, and just like I don't know. I feel like he's reaching like super soldier levels of like OP.
He's the Red Guardian.
Yeah, I would.
he's got
If you
super-
told me that he got the super soldier serum, I'd believe you.
Yeah, he's kind of the man, for better or for worse. I love that whole sequence in the upside down. I'm gonna talk about that first. With in the lab, I had 11. She was nerfed, but what else happened in that? I liked her like training came into play when they jumped. She jumped over.
That was
the
nice to see, full
fence.
circle.
Yeah, landed on the lab and took out the guard. She did kill that guy. By
Yeah,
the way.
but that was like in season 1, the season 1 finale. She does like the neck turn shit. She does that a lot, which she kills
Yeah.
all the Hawkins lab guys in season 1.
That was
Yeah.
season 1.
Season 1, she does that. That shocked when I on my rewatch. That shocked me. Like I forgot that she just like kills everybody. Because I don't think she kills anyone. I'm probably wrong, but I don't remember her killing anyone besides.
Not that intentionally.
Yeah.
She just
Yeah, there was like she could have like threw him off the ledge or something, but she's like
thought she did,
she's like
yeah.
snapped his neck.
Yeah,
like
she-
it was nothing. That was cool though to see. Like she's pretty powerful.
Yeah, she is. I loved the main gang back. I love that whole little like heist with Derek.
Yeah.
With dipshit Derek. That was great. Where he was sitting there telling, what was he doing? Like, what did he call it? When he
A
was-
guided meditation or
yeah,
something.
like some kind of guided meditation with the little kids.
And he slaps him
Yeah.
with the ruler.
He was really he could be the MVP of this
Yeah,
episode.
he is.
He was funny.
This is where he says to Robin, to suck my
could
fat
suck
one.
my fat
Yeah.
I love the bathroom scene where Mike and Will are in there fixing the plumbing and the
Soaking wet.
yeah the little kids like pops his head.
Yeah, yeah.
That's a great meme.
Yeah. I know that's gonna be like immortalized. Like that,
Yeah.
you're gonna see that everywhere forever.
That's gonna be one of the memes of the show. For
Like
sure.
the Will crying outside the window. Yeah, that's gonna be.
Yeah, that's
It's gonna be that kid turning his head.
There's so much to love. It's an hour and a half, so how we have so much to talk about.
Yeah.
I loved. There's a lot more in there, but I'll go to skip to the end here. I loved how Mike Wheeler was moving in the maxi.
Yeah.
He was the man. He was like leading these little kids around, and Joyce. He's like, eyes on me.
Yeah, yeah.
Eyes on me, moving like a trained army general. Like duck under here. We can make it to here. Take cover. I love that. Like just like you said, like Mike's the man.
He's the
again.
man again.
Yeah, it's like he got through puberty. He got through
He got through. I love 11. All my whole life is about 11, and now he's like the boy
He's got to
again.
take charge.
He's
yeah.
like the one that was like Will is alive in season 1. He's like we're gonna find Will. We're gonna get him back, and that whole character disappeared through the entire show, and it was all about different characters, and now it's like he's back. It's
Yeah,
his show again.
yeah, I think he's good. I'll hand it over to you though, and then we'll both kind of chime in.
All right. Anything I talk about, just chime in. Because I kind of tried to go like throughout the episode. Um, yeah, I think dipshit Derek really shines here.
He's
I
funny.
suck my fat one to Robin. She's like, "What?" I think that might be my favorite, like one of my favorite exchanges in this show. Like I think that was really good. Um, I think this episode is really about the army plot, and I think
Yeah.
that is the worst part about this season so far.
You think?
I think the army shit is so boring and it's so dumb because do you know why they're going after 11?
Well, I think the general thinks it's her fault, but then I think the Dr. K has different motives that we don't know exactly yet.
Yeah, so the reason it started in season 4, they think 11 is the one that killed everyone in Hawkins, like Chrissy and everyone,
Yeah.
and it just kind of like escalated from there. And I just feel like it's so dumb. I feel like it's just like the writers just like wrote it too much where it's like they can't backtrack now. Like I just think it's so when you really break it down like why they're going after 11, I feel like it's just it all falls apart.
Well, that's where I think
Like I feel
there's.
like if one character was like why are we doing this? It'd be like, "Oh yeah, you're right. There's no reason to be going after her."
I think we'll. I think
I agree with
there
you about
is.
Kay.
Yeah, I think there's more to it than just
Yeah.
what we know right
Mhm.
now. Like
That's fair.
there's some theories that Dr. K was involved with Brenner
Yeah.
in the original experiment. So I think there's more, but
Mhm.
you,
I hope
overall,
so. I hope so for the
yeah,
show's sake.
me too. Overall, I think you're right though. Like we need to we have to figure out what's going on. In
Yeah,
this
it feels like
military.
another one of those Russian plot lines where it's like it goes on way too much, way
Yeah,
too long.
maybe.
I think Max going through the memories, I think that's sweet. I think that's a great way to deliver like a backstory for Vecna.
That's true.
Um, I think they dropped a lot of information there that I feel like we'll only really understand like when the show is over. I feel like that whole cave. I know the Broadway play is a lot about the cave,
Hmm.
and I think I plan on seeing it, so I haven't really tried to like read about it or like learn about it a lot. But I think that cave is going to be how they take Vecna down, like something involving that cave. Because you got to notice when Holly looks through the eyeglass, the magnascope, what is it? What's it called? The telescope. The outline of the cave is on the cover, and she's like, "Oh, what is this doing here?" It's the cave.
I
It's
saw
like
that.
there's a lot about that cave, and the fact that Vecna was so scared to go through it.
Yeah.
I think that was. I think it's going to be very important. I also like how Mike and Will were finally best friends again. I like
Yeah.
how like usually one season, like I said, a lot. Mike has always been like all about 11, and it was nice to see like him and Will being boys again. Like we haven't seen that in so long. Um, yeah. Let's see. Yeah, Will and Robin really shined here. It was like this is really where their pairing like came into play when they're in the cave when they're going after those kids, the like for Mr. Whatsit.
Yeah.
And then like when you realize like they're young. I feel like it really grounds the show. Like these characters really don't understand who they are. Like they're in high school or they're like just graduating high school, and like Will doesn't know who he is, Robin doesn't know who she is, and yeah, it was like, and then they laugh about it. Like when they're like, "What are you guys doing back there?" And they're sitting there laughing. It really just like makes you remember what this show really is.
Yeah, I
And
agree.
then the whole Derek getting the kids out, like you said, that was great. That was great to see. Um, all right, then I think that takes us to when 8, when we finally show 8 is back. What'd you think of that?
I think that was cool. They better explain the shit out of this because it's kind of out of left field. Like, how do they even know about her? How do they know where to find her? Like, it better not be just one of those like you see it, accept it, move on. Like,
Yeah,
they need it. We need to get a firm like exposition dump
I think
on
we will.
how the hell they found her, why they have her. Um, I do like it makes sense now that they were using 8 for now at least to figure out L's kryptonite,
Yeah,
right?
that's fair. I didn't even think of that.
Yeah, that I saw that on TikTok, I think. But that's a smart little connection. But like, why else? Like that can't be the only reason. Are they trying to collect all of the surviving kids? Are there any
There's no
more
more.
surviving?
We know that in season 2.
Oh.
They all died. What's his name? Killed everybody.
Vecna.
Yeah. Do you think she's going to be the one that takes on Vecna? Because you gotta remember,
Eight.
yeah, you got to
No.
remember that they all kind of have the same powers. Like we've seen 11 do her shit to Vecna and it didn't work. Eight actually has unique powers that she could like mess with his mind, and we know that his mind is a big part of
Yeah.
this season. So I think she's gonna like
She'll
mess.
definitely have a part. Yeah.
I think she's gonna like mess with his head, and like she might be the one that like takes him down.
Yeah. I definitely think there will be. She'll play a big part, but I just don't think it'll be a satisfying conclusion if she does it like solo.
That yeah,
It's like
that would be true.
we
Like
don't.
oh, this character that we saw in one episode, yeah, she's the
Yeah, it would be like a Game of Thrones.
yeah
With
exactly
Arya Stark killing
yeah.
the Night King.
That would
Um,
probably be, Arya Stark killing the Night King would make more sense than this, I
yeah,
think.
at least we know who Arya Stark is.
Yeah. All right. So then we'll go into the last 20 minutes that I think I said before. I watched the episodes the night they came out, and I told Chris that the last 20 minutes, if they cut it there and like just showed that last final action sequence, I think that would be one of the best like action sequences ever. Like if you just played that for someone that doesn't know about Stranger Things, I think that is insane. It's like it's gory, there's a lot of action, and like not to mention the character moments in that 20 minutes were insane, but I just think that scene itself was unbelievable. It was the Duffers, they said they don't want to call it a oneer because I think they said it was 5 separate shots that they just like cut very cleverly. But you mentioned Mike already, how he's like everybody follow me. He's a lot like Steve. I wrote that down. Like you got to remember, Steve did that exact same thing in like season 2 when he's protecting like all the guys in the junkyard with his bat. He does the exact same thing. Yeah, it's nice to see Mike like grown up and like he's like he was like a young kid, and it's just such a great moment.
Yeah.
Um,
Nice full circle.
yeah,
I yeah. That like if they cut this episode in two halves, they could both be like amazing
I think the
episodes.
hour first hour is like a lot of character moment, and
Yeah.
then like the last 30 is
I think any other show probably would have cut it in half, 45 minute,
yeah,
45 minute
not the
episodes.
Duffers.
Not these guys.
They would add an extra hour if they could.
Yeah. Um yeah, it was fantastic.
You want to go into the flashback scene with Will, where he finally locks in, he closes his eyes, and he sees that VHS tape.
Yeah. Yeah. That
What'd you think of that?
obviously the biggest reveal
Well,
of
we'll save that. We'll save
okay.
that.
Uh what do you mean when you saw the VHS tape?
When he saw his younger self with Jonathan and Mike, I know you had some comments about how they looked.
I mean, maybe you talk about the positive first, and then I'll tell you about
Okay.
my problem with it,
So I love that. I think that scene was great.
and tell me why you loved it. 'Cause
Yeah.
you mentioned to me. Earlier.
So in season 2, when Will is initially under the influence of the mind
Flayed.
flayer, yeah, and they have to break him out of it. If you notice, Mike and Jonathan and Joyce, they all say specific things to Will to try to snap him out of it. And those things they say is what we just see. We see Mike brings up how he approached him on the swing set and asked if they wanted to be friends. We see that. Joyce brings up how she bought him a box of crayons and he made a spaceship with every single crayon in the box, and we see that. Jonathan brings up how they stood up all night in the rain making Castle Byers exactly like how we drew it, and we see that also. And it feels like we've grown with this show over 10 years, and it was nice to finally see the moments that like they probably never thought that they'd be able to show.
I didn't even connect those dots. Like,
Yeah.
I remember that scene, but yeah, when it was first playing back, I guess like a VHS tape, it was nice.
And so what's your negative about that scene?
Yeah, I think like they in the first 5 minutes of the season they showed CGI Will,
Yeah.
and there was obviously mixed reception there, but I think overall it was pretty well received, right? Good CGI.
A lot of people I talked to, like my sister and my cousins and everything, they didn't know that was like CGI.
Really?
They were like, did they film that years ago? I guess we have like CGI brain, like we know when
Always looking
something.
for it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
But they had no idea.
that's a good review on them. But this flashback sequence, when he first meets Mike and they build Castle Byers, that they did actors like younger actors that looked like them, and I don't know. For me, it wasn't really working, right? The bowl cut on this kid to look like Will, the kid that was supposed to play Mike, like they sort of looked like him, but
They
we
resemble them.
yeah, but we literally saw what these kids looked like when they were super young. So it's like you kind of have to just suspend your disbelief
Yeah.
and be like, all right, I guess that's supposed to be Will. Honestly, when they first threw up the clip of him, I was like, who is this? And then I saw the bowl cut, and I was like, all
Yeah.
right, it's supposed to be Will.
I'll ask you a question. Do you think it would have been better if they CGI'd them like Will? Like, would that be better for you if they made Will, Jonathan, and Mike all CGI like how Will was?
Maybe, yeah.
Really? Me,
And
I'm the complete opposite. I think the actors. I wish they casted a different actor for Will in those first 5 minutes. Like,
really?
I think the CGI takes me out like crazy.
Well, I mean, in that first 5 minutes, we literally saw him that day, so
Yeah, that's
we know
true.
exactly what he looked like. It
And we
was a
saw him
different
that day
actor.
before and after.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it's hard to tell. I understand the reason why they chose to go with actors, but I don't know. It wasn't him, and we know what he looks like. So,
Hmm.
but
All
either
right,
way,
so you could say what the big reveal is after that scene.
the big reveal. Will, I guess, accepts who he is, comes into his own, and he utilizes powers like 11 and Vecna.
Hmm.
It's a amazing sequence. He saves the lives of his mom, of Mike, of Lucas. Uh, his eyes turn white. You guys have all seen it at this
Hmm.
point. I don't need to replay it all, but it's emotional. It's a grand power, and then he raises up these Demogorgons and he kills them exactly like Vecna would.
Hmm.
And that leads to a bunch of questions like, why did he do it like that? Where is he getting his powers? Like, I mean, you have a million
Yeah.
questions. We have a couple assumptions. Obviously, nothing's confirmed because that's
Hmm.
pretty much where the episode ends. But what did you think of that scene?
I thought that was amazing. I
Yeah,
think that is such a good scene of the flashback and then him with the powers. And I think he uses those powers so well, like way better than 11. I think he is more powerful than 11,
you think?
like immediately. Um, and the fact that he wasn't looking at the Demogorgons, he didn't even have to look at the ones underground that were going after Lucas. Like he knew, he felt them. Um, yeah, I think I loved it. That's my review of that scene.
I loved it.
I just loved it.
So I know it's not confirmed or anything, but why? What is your take on where he got these powers?
Okay.
Why is he so
So
powerful?
immediately after episode 4 came out, the Duffer Brothers published an interview with Variety, and they went into everything about Will's powers. And Will, that's the thing. Will doesn't really have powers like 11 or Vecna. He is using the hive mind and using the hive mind's powers. So he essentially in that scene is channeling Vecna. He isn't. Will Byers doesn't have powers. If the hive mind didn't exist, Will wouldn't have powers. He is using Vecna's powers, and that's why his eyes go white. And that's why, if you notice, 11 uses her powers with her hand outwards, and Vecna uses powers with his hands upwards. And when Will uses powers, his hands upward, just like Vecna. And he kills the
We
Demogorgons.
actually just skipped past the entire Vecna scene.
Oh yeah, all right. So after that, we'll talk
All
about
right.
that. Yeah, so Vecna uses powers with his hands outward, and that's how Will uses powers. And yeah, so he is channeling the hive, and he can control. And the Duffer said he can control anything within the hive. So that is Vecna, that is the Demogorgons, and that is the Mind Flayer. And I think that's going to be very important for Volume 2 because it seems like the Mind Flayer is the big bad and not Vecna. And I think Will is going to be the one, since he can control the hive, he can control the Upside Down, and I think he's going to be the one that tears down those walls in the Upside Down and allows 11, Hopper, Steve, like everyone in the Upside Down to be able to push through and get Holly back and get Max back. I think they're going to use Will to take down that wall. But yeah, they said he doesn't have powers. They said if the hive didn't exist, Will wouldn't have powers. He isn't like 11. And if he's far away, they said specifically it's proximity based. They said the words proximity. So if he's far away from Hawkins, like he was in California, he wouldn't have powers.
Oh,
Um,
Okay.
and that's why his eyes go white because he's Vecna. He's not Will at that point. Honestly, I've seen some theories that are saying that it might make him evil. That we might see a Will Byers evil because he might be channeling when using those Vecna powers. He might be like his mind might be infected by Vecna, and it might make him evil. Um, but yeah, that's why he has powers. But you said we skipped over the Vecna scene, so you could talk about it. What do you
Yeah.
think?
So I think that was maybe number two best scene in the episode,
Yeah,
or of the season so far. So they're all in the Max Z. They're all fighting the Demogorgons.
they're not fighting the Demogorgons.
They're getting their ass
They're
kicked.
getting their asses handed to them. I brought up to you the Demogorgon alley oop. Have you seen it since I told you
Yeah,
about it?
yeah, I saw
The
it.
Demogorgon throws them up like Wade and LeBron, and they destroy them.
Yeah, that was a great scene. Um, and I guess the battle stops. The portal opens up.
The portal doesn't open up, but you see his silhouette,
Mm,
and that's like holy shit.
yeah, he walks out. He has a whole new look,
Yeah,
new Vecna. He's got a new fit. He looks great.
sick.
Yeah, you made a good point. He looks like Groot.
Yeah, I brought it up. He looks like end of volume 3 Groot when he's like big and bulky and he's like the tree. That's what Vecna looks like.
He looks like the man.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's using some new moves. He has his hand now. He's like two hands. One hand he uses to like his force powers. His other hand he basically uses like Groot.
Groot, yeah.
Yeah, he like extends it. He like puts it through people to like kill them.
How about that death? That make you queasy?
Where he goes through his
Yeah.
eyes.
I watched that like I think it was like 2 a.m. when I was watching that, and I was like already like a little loopy, and I saw that and I was like, oh my god, like it like made me sick. It's probably the goriest scene in all the Stranger Things, I would say.
It was definitely gory. But he comes in, he asserts his dominance. He kills any kind of hope that they had, that they were fighting against the Demogorgons. Just as you think Mike and the kids and Joyce are gonna get away,
Yeah.
he puts an end to that right there, and he confronts Will, basically.
He's like, you suck.
Yeah,
That's what he tells
basically
Will.
just shit talks him. It's a lot of the monologue that we heard in the trailer,
Yeah.
basically recapping why he took him, that you were the first one that I took, but you were too weak.
Yeah. He was like, I took you first because you were the weakest. I broke your mind. Like, you suck.
Yeah. He's like, you're worthless to me. But
Yeah.
he said, that's the reason why I take young kids. I don't know, basically a pedophile.
Yeah, we talked about this earlier. Vecna is a pedophile. Like when you think about it, he takes advantage and goes after young kids.
Yeah, he's a little creepy.
Only young kids. He doesn't go after adults. He only goes after young kids.
Yeah, once you hit 18,
No,
not
he
even-
doesn't want anything to do with it. Once you like,
15.
yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
he's too
He
old.
wants nothing to do with you.
Yeah, like Leo.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was awesome. The Duffers, or I don't know if the Duffers said it. It was inspired by the Rogue One
They
scene.
said that,
They
yeah.
said that.
With Darth Vader.
That's the greatest Star Wars scene ever.
And once that you see that connection, it makes so much sense. Like how they portray him. Like you don't see him, you just Vader. You don't see him, you just see the lightsaber, and then you see him kick ass.
Yeah.
That's like Vecna. You see his silhouette. He pops through, kicks everybody's ass.
Yeah, he starts often, guys.
Mm-hmm.
That was aura farming.
That's the most aura you could have.
Yeah, that was awesome. What did you think of that scene?
Yeah, I agree with everything you said. I think it was sick. I think Vecna did the classic villain thing though, where he's like, "Let me explain my whole plan to you and then leave you alive."
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like, why? So he can get powers? Like,
Yeah, that's very true. Why did he leave anything alive?
I've seen some theories that were saying like Vecna, like Lucas said, Vecna doesn't do anything by coincidence. Like, there's no such thing as coincidences. So maybe he wanted Will to get his powers.
There was part of that monologue where he says, "You're going to help me one more time."
It wasn't in the show.
It wasn't.
There
in
was a
that
couple
scene.
lines. I plan on breaking it down next week in a video. There's a lot of lines that Vecna says to Will or Will says to Vecna that we haven't seen yet.
So
Like Will's run scene, like where he's like, run, run. Have you seen that in the trailer?
Probably.
It's not in there yet.
So there's got to be another confrontation, or that was all just like
Yeah, like
planted.
Infinity War,
Yeah.
Hulk.
So you don't know, but maybe that's why he kept him alive.
Yeah, and I didn't even write down a bad section of this episode. Did you? Did you write down any bads for this episode?
Nope.
I think this is my favorite episode of Stranger Things, and I think it's definitely my top 5 favorite episodes of all time of any TV show.
Yeah.
Like I can't think of a single episode that is like as well executed on every single front. You have the emotional stuff, you have the comedy, the Mr. Whatsit stuff where he's like with that kid under the stall.
Mm.
I think, and it's just very well executed. This entire episode, it fires on every cylinder. Is the phrase?
Yeah.
It's just very good.
Yeah. It's great. It's up there with like Battle of the Bastards.
Yeah, I agree. And it's not just like it's not like the Red Wedding where it's like shock value. Like
No.
the will reveal, you kind of knew it was coming because they
Yeah.
hint. As soon as
They hinted
episode
at
1
it.
starts and he's seeing through the eyes of someone, you're like, okay, that's new. He has abilities. It's not like it wasn't that shocking. It was just like a good. It was so good. That's what
Yeah.
it was. Like
The best episodes of shows are almost like you see them coming
mm-hmm.
because every character, everything that they do makes sense with their character,
Mm-hmm.
right? Like it's not like, oh, this guy just did this. It's supposed to be a big shock value, like when what's her name? What's
From what show?
Khaleesi,
Oh yeah,
when she destroys King's Landing for no
Yeah.
reason. Like it's not like that's not the best episode ever.
No.
But like the Battle of Blackwater Bay or whatever, when Tyrion Lannister saves everybody because he's so smart. Like those are the best
Yeah.
episodes ever. So yeah, this was one of those.
This was one of those. Yeah, this was. This is like every time I think about this episode, it gets better in my mind.
Yeah.
It really is like just one of those all timers, and I feel it's crazy that this could have been the finale of the show. Like it didn't solve everything, but like this felt like a epic finale. Like
It was grand
full
enough,
circle. Like Will was powerless. He got taken by the Demogorgon. Now he's the most powerful person ever.
Yeah.
Like you could argue he's more powerful than Vecna
Could be.
because yeah, I mean. He might have the powers of the Mind Flayer. And it seems like the Mind Flayer is in control of Vecna.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Yeah. Fantastic episode all around.
Yeah,
I think before we wrap up, maybe should we talk about some takeaways and theories for volume 2?
that's fair. That's very fair.
We don't have to get into like the nitty gritty,
Yeah,
but just your overall, where do you think this is going to end? Let's talk about MVP overall of the season so far.
Volume 1.
Yeah, MVP of volume 1, favorite character.
Volume 1 MVP. We got to go full circle here. Full circle here. It's got to be Will.
Yeah.
I think he is just so good this volume. You finally give Will a good haircut and you give him powers. Like,
Oh, that was the biggest development.
yeah. I think where I think it's gonna end, I think Will is gonna die. I really think
think?
I think it's hinting at it
Will's
so
gonna
much.
die.
I don't know, because like you have this big development for Will that he finally accepts himself and then he dies. I feel like it'd be a little
Yeah.
iffy, but it really seems like they make him so powerful, he's gonna die. Because if he's so linked with Vecna, like we're saying, if Vecna dies, Will's gotta die. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I think a part of Vecna will always live in Will, and you see him in agony every time the Demogorgons are like injured or something. Yeah, I think there's no way this show ends without Will dying.
Yeah, it's they're definitely like walking us down that path. I don't know. First of all, my MVP is Mike Wheeler so far.
Oh, that's fair. That's a good one.
Yeah, I think he'll be the MVP of Volume 1 because he's like the comeback player of the
Yeah,
year.
he is
right?
comeback player of not even the year, of like the last 10 of the
Yeah.
decade.
So he's back. So that's my MVP so far. My runner-up is Steve. He's just like my overall favorite. My LVP,
Yeah, we'll do those.
I think it's Robin.
Yeah.
I don't know because she has that good emotional moment with Will.
Yeah, she's kind of she's what
sets
starts it.
off.
Yeah.
Maybe it's Joyce.
Yeah, she's kind of annoying. She's like babying.
Yeah,
I
she's
hate
still
that.
babying Will. He's like 24. not in the show, but that's like a little bit.
Yeah, and
little annoying.
she's pretty annoying.
Yeah, she doesn't really have much to do.
No.
In this episode, like
But I honestly, I feel like
flux capacitor.
I feel like she could die too. because you've seen her so many times just this season. She puts herself in front of everybody, like in front of the Demogorgon, in front of Vecna.
Yeah.
She's like,
Oh
take
yeah.
me. And it makes you think like she's gonna keep doing that, and I don't think she's gonna get as lucky as she's been getting.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good theory. So she's probably my LVP so far. I'm sure she'll have a redeeming moment because
Yeah.
she usually does. How about you?
My least favorite is Dustin. I hate him.
Yeah.
I hate him so much this season. Like
Yeah.
it's such a. It pains me to say that because he's been such a good
He's been like the
character.
best.
He's been he's the smartest. Like he's funny. He's like he was so cute in like season one. Like
He
he's just
was.
like you care for this character so much, and just to see him like go down this path that like
Yeah.
you kind of don't like where it's heading. You don't like this character. Like you kind of don't want to see him on your screen anymore.
I think that's a talent of the writers is that they all these characters that you love or hate, they can make you flip at any point.
Besides Steve,
Yeah, besides Steve. Well, I mean,
season one,
the
Steve.
first couple of episodes of season one, you kind of hate him.
Yeah.
But like, let's think about like this, just the core couple characters. Like season one, the worst is probably Lucas.
Yeah, Lucas sucks season one. That's what I hate about season one. It's like you feel like Lucas is gonna be like the worst.
Yeah, and then they fix him.
Yeah.
And then Mike kind of sucks in 2 and 3, and then I mean 4, they're all pretty good.
2, 3, and 4. No, Mike kind of sucks in 4
yeah,
too.
Mike sucks.
He's
in
like,
that
"Elle,
too.
what did you do?" when she
Yeah.
beats the girl with the skate.
Yeah. So and then they can fix him at any moment, right?
Yeah.
Now Dustin was a favorite in every season, and now he's the least favorite.
yeah.
So that just goes.
That's good. I didn't even think of
good
that.
writing.
I think it's gonna come full circle though. Like he's gonna
He'll redeem himself.
he'll. It makes me think he might die too. He might sacrifice himself.
Yeah, he definitely could. So my theory on how it's gonna end, I this one is a little bit. It's a little bit out of left field. I didn't think about this at all. I saw some other people talk about it before the season started, and I shot it down immediately in my mind. I was like, "There's no way." But there's a lot of like allusions to Star Wars in this. I know you say it's a lot of allusions to Harry Potter, but they're both kind of the same.
Yeah, the chosen one stories.
Yeah, the hero's journey.
Yeah.
I think it's gonna be like Vecna is supposed to be like the Darth Vader, the Mind Flayer is supposed to be like the Emperor.
Oh, true. I didn't even think of that.
Yeah, I think there's going to be a little bit of a flip from Vecna. I don't know how it's gonna happen. Maybe he's gonna break from the Mind Flayer's curse or whatever he's connected to right now because he's.
That's true. That's a good theory.
As far as we know right now, he is flayed, right? He got flayed in the desert in the cave, however many
During
years
the
ago.
play or
during
whatever.
The play, yeah, that's what I've read. So he is not in control of his own mind. So I think if he can break away from this curse, maybe it's thanks to 8 and Max. Max knows his memories.
Yeah.
8 has the power to show him stuff. So maybe if they can break it apart and he can flip, and then now we have 4 super powered people,
like the Avengers.
Yeah, going against the Mind Flayer. That seems to be enough.
My problem with the Mind Flayer is like they need like someone. He needs like a vessel for them to like act on. Like it would suck if like the final like them just like looking at the sky and like
it's gotta be a little bit more interesting than that. Like it's always like it's always the
final battle can't be a CGI.
Yeah,
like
it's always the final battle that really could just ruin it.
Yeah.
So hopefully they do something interesting. I think it could be similar to like Thunderbolts, where they're running through memories.
Oh, that's fair.
You know,
That's
like the final
idea.
battle of that.
Yeah.
So I think it's going to be something like that. I think before the season, the Duffers were talking about some of the movies that inspired this season. They talked about Nightmare on Elm Street. They talked about Sunshine, the Spotless Mind.
Yeah. They talked
Eternal
about that.
Sunshine.
Yeah. The Jim
Great
Carrey
movie.
one.
They talked about that. Those are all
Memory movies.
memories. Yeah, you're going through someone's memories. You're basically doing like almost like Inception. Where you're running through their memories and stuff. So I think it's gonna have some kind of sequence like that. That would be probably more satisfying than a CGI battle.
monster battle. Yeah.
Yeah.
My theory, and I know you probably picked up on this as soon as we talked about it last week, is Back to the Future.
Yeah.
What did they do again? Great Scott flux capacitor.
Yeah.
And I think
I would love that. I really would.
there has been way too many hints of time travel to be like all for nothing. Like
Yeah.
it really makes you think when you recognize the time travel stuff and you really start to think about it and then you rewatch it and you see how many teases of time travel there's been, it like feels wrong if they don't do it. I don't know how they're gonna do it. I have a theory that like the reason why Will got taken was some paradox where he needed to always be taken, and maybe he does it himself now since he's control of the hive. But yeah, I don't know how they're gonna do it. Maybe 11 can time travel now or some shit. I don't know. But it really feels like they're gonna involve time travel some way.
Yeah.
I like your theory though with the Emperor and Darth Vader. That
they
really
could both come into play.
that's true.
You know, I mean, you planted that theory in my head last week.
Did you notice it when you heard Great Scott?
Yeah, that I heard Great Scott. I heard the flux capacitor
Yeah,
thing.
yeah.
But even back in season 3, that's what I rewatched last week. There was a lot of callbacks to 80s time travel movies. Even like the Russian guy that was chasing after him, he's like the Terminator.
Yeah.
What's the Terminator? A big time travel movie. And now in season 5, we have Sarah Connor. I forgot
Yeah.
I forgot her name, but plays Dr. K. Big time travel plot in
Yeah.
that movie, of course. It could be a play where they have to send someone back.
Yeah.
Right? Maybe it's 11 has to go back. Maybe
I have a feeling
Hopper,
Kay
I
is
don't
gonna
know.
flip and she's gonna be like a good guy.
Yeah, I think there's got to be more to her motives.
Cause we don't even know her motives. It's not like more to her. We just got to know them.
Yeah.
We just know that she wants 11,
Yeah.
and the guys like misunderstand her. They're like they say something like she just wants her for some reason. Like they say something like that makes you think like okay something's
Yeah,
happening.
she's interested for a different reason.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's a lot of directions they can go with this. Obviously, the Duffers love 80s movies.
Mm-hmm.
So Star Wars, Terminator, Back to the Future, Nightmare on Elm Street, all on the table here. Could be a combination of all of it. I don't know. I think it's all really going to come into play.
It would be nice if they do a combination of like all the 80s stuff because that's what this show is like a celebration of the 80s.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really think I like your theory I think more than mine. Like time travel is messy and I feel like it's very hard to mess up, and imagine the show is great and then they screw it up with time travel, that would suck. Yeah, I didn't even think about that, but the Emperor and Darth Vader. I think Vecna is gonna redeem. There's gonna be a Vecna redemption.
Some kind of.
And I think the Mr. Whatsit is Vecna's good side.
That's
I
that's
think
what kind of got me thinking.
I think he actually is good, and he's like trying to save Holly from actual Vecna, from like the evil side of Vecna.
Yeah, there's something about like the way he was talking to Holly that actually kind of made it seem like he didn't want to kill her or whatever. Like
because remember, this is the first time you've seen this could have happened the entire time. He could have taken the kids like in season 4. He could have took them to his mansion and been all nice to them. There was no need to kill them, but that was because Vecna was the dark side of Vecna.
Yeah, like, why didn't Will have this experience?
Exactly. It's stuff like that. I think that actually is the good side of Vecna.
Yeah, there's consistencies with the original taking, but then it's like he's improved it, or maybe he's just better at it now.
Yeah,
like he put on this persona, and it just makes it easier to take these little kids.
Probably.
I don't know, but yeah, it was that scene when they said that it was inspired by the Rogue One scene, with Darth Vader, that I was like, oh, maybe that's where they're going with this, but who knows? We're gonna be seated.
Yeah, Christmas.
Regardless, Christmas.
I figured we'll rank the episodes first 4 in order. I'll go first. I think I'll go least to like worst to best. Worst episode 2, then episode 1, then episode 3, then episode 4. So episode 4 is my best. What about you?
I think worst is probably episode 2.
Yeah.
I think after that, it's probably what you said.
Yeah.
Goes 2 at the bottom, then 1, then 3, then 4.
Yeah, I just think this season started off so slow, and then like after episode 2, it just like picked up steam, and it was just like
never
peak,
let off.
peak. It was like peak and even more peak.
Peaker.
Yeah.
Overall, volume 1, just give it like a nice solid rating. I like it at Like it at a 9.4.
Yeah, I'm at like season. I think 1 and 2 kind of drag it down, so I'm probably at like a 9.5. If it was like maybe 9.6. If it was just 3 and 4, it'd be a 10 out of 10. I think those
Yeah,
two are so
three
solid.
is so good. Yeah. So looking forward to the next volume.
Yeah,
Christmas. They I know it's the holidays, it's fun, but they're choosing
it kind of
really
sucks for us.
inconvenient dates.
Yeah,
Yeah, we got stuff going on.
Christmas, like you gotta like I don't know. Christmas night, I guess, isn't really a thing. Like you
Yeah.
kind of going home after that.
When does it drop? 6 or 8?
8 o'clock, same thing.
Okay.
I'll probably start at like 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
Watch them straight, and then make all my videos the next day.
We'll see. What
All
are we
right.
going to talk about on this podcast next week?
More Stranger Things theories, and
Okay.
hopefully there's other news. It was kind of
Yeah.
tough to talk about anything because it was the holiday weekend, so no one really.
Just a lot of Stranger Things to talk
Yeah. All right, so I guess that's it for this episode.
about. Yeah.
All right,
Thank you,
Stranger
guys.
Things, Volume 1 was awesome.
Volume 1. Let us know what you guys think if anybody watches this, and drop your comments down below.
Drop your rating and rank the episodes. What was your favorite part? What was your least favorite part? Do you agree with what we said or disagree with any good parts or bad parts?
What is your theory? How is this thing going to end? That's what we want to know.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully someone tells us and we could talk about it.
Yeah.
I love a good theory.
Yeah,
I've
love a
in the
good
last
theory.
like month I put out so many theories because they're so fun.
They're fun. As soon as I was finished with episode 4, I just went on TikTok and looked up theories.
Yeah.
Because I'm not smart enough to really paint them all myself. Like that's why with the Star Wars theory, I don't know how it's actually going to pan out.
Yeah.
But just love the connection.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, follow us on TikTok and Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
I'll put us.
yeah, we'll put them
yeah,
right
I'll
here.
put them like right here.
Yeah. And yeah, it was great talking.
Yeah.
Have a good weekend.
Yeah. We'll see you guys next week.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.